The Cleveland Browns, and you're listening to the Sports Brothers.
This is the Sports Brothers on 1490 WERE. We're here with Brady Quinn of the Cleveland Browns. Brady, going into camp, it's going to be a competition, and as a quarterback, is that what you want? You want competition going into training camp?
Always, I think a lot of people have a misconception of.
I got it. You're stereo.
I think a lot of people have a misconception that even if a guy's in the starter going into camp, he's still competing with the other guys out there, the other quarterbacks around the league, in his division, in the conference, etc. So, as a quarterback, you're always competing, whether it's against yourself, other quarterbacks out there, or other quarterbacks on your team.
When you got hurt last year, what did you do during that time when you're injured? I know you rehabbed, but in terms of getting ready for this season, what were some of the things you did?
Well, the biggest thing is you try to increase your film watching. When you're out there practicing and working out, when you're healthy and able to play, you don't really get a chance to watch as much film as you can. So when you're not able to be out there and doing that, you're trying to watch as much as you can, knowing that it's going to pay off, in the future, being able to watch some of the film, some of the, defensive coordinators and how they scheme their defense.
Brady, you have a new offense. Is this offense dramatically different than the offense you are running, or are there some similarities?
Well, I think it's a new offense for us, and every offense is going to be different from something before. I don't want to say it's going to be dramatically different, but again, it's something that it's still a work in progress for us. We're still working on it, still trying to get better every day with it.
This year, last year the expectations were real high for the Browns. No, you're not in a hurricane. Stuff is just blowing crazy, but we're going to keep rolling, baby.
It's feeling that way.
See, this is not Gilligan's Island. Last year the expectations were high, and you all didn't meet the expectations that yourselves and everybody else set. This year, everything is kind of lukewarm. Do you still feel the pressure that you felt last year?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is, as a team, only worrying about that. The expectations that we put on ourselves are always going to be high, and again, we're just trying to get better each day. We're looking where we left off last year, and at this point, we've got a lot of stuff on the table that we need to focus on ourselves. So we're just trying to get fundamentally better, technically better, better with our football awareness, and really worry about ourselves right now going into this season.
You're listening to Brady Quinn here on the Sports Brothers on 1490 WERE. You hear all kind of stories, Brady, about Coach Mangini. For someone that's never met him, how would you introduce him to someone? What would you tell somebody about Mangini if they don't know anything about him?
He's a very smart football coach. He breaks football down in a different way. He's always teaching you something. He's always utilizing his time to teach you something about football, whether it's situational awareness, about offense, defense, even special teams. So he's always keeping you aware of that. But outside of that too, he's a nice guy to talk to. I think if people have a misconception of him, and if they ever got a chance to talk with him one-on-one, they'd see that.
I imagine that you play Madden. And if you do, who's the starting quarterback in Madden football for the Browns?
This is actually an easy answer because I don't play Madden. so I don't have the answer to that question because I don't play video games. I'm more of a watching film type guy, and I've got enough on my plate as it is.
Brady, a lot of critics, and we call them haters, have said that the Browns don't have the talent to compete, not only in the not only in the Eastern Conference, but in the Central Division. You see it, you practice with these guys, you're in the weight room with these guys. Do the Browns right now have enough talent to compete?
Look, it's the NFL. There's talent all across the league. Just because they're not headline guys like some other teams, that doesn't mean anything. Believe me, there's a lot of talent on the team, but better than that, we've got a good group of guys who are hardworking, they're smart, they're tough, and they're competitive, and that's what you need to put together a good team.
And Brady, last question. First time you went to the huddle as a starter, describe that feeling.
Oh, it felt like home. I felt like I was right where I was supposed to be. That's what I felt like I was born and bred to do, and I'll look forward to continuing to do that this year.
Okay, thanks. That was Brady Quinn of the Cleveland Browns here on the Sports Brothers, 1490 WERE.